The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go. Black 80s!
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
21, 21.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here we go.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now Mostert. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with third and just a couple.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is third and 2. Garoppolo looks to throw. Completes it to Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Here's Mostert. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
12.
Mostert. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
This is Mostert. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go. Ready? Check right 54. Right 54. 11.
On second and 11 now. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us, Because they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they like some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. He finds Coleman. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after one on EA Sports. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. To throw is Garoppolo. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. After the interception, here's Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On second down, here's Henry. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 77 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And this is good. Our score, 7-0, Tennessee. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And again this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
But able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, normally on a third down play, I'm not a huge proponent of play action. But when you run it as effectively as we've seen them do in this game, yeah, it sets it up pretty well.
Yeah, particularly on this drive. They've been great running the ball. Good setup. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. The Niners on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And finding Pruitt. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Titans. Michael Pruitt, 91 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
He was covered by Matthew Butler.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Letting one go deep for the end. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Now Tannehill. He finds Corey Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards to pick up there.
And the Titans first down.
Ready, 50, plant.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
22 jump bombers, 25.
A first down carry for Henry. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 35-yard line. They keep it with Henry on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
First down, Titans, gain of 12.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
Throwing on second down. Tannehill. This will be caught by Glenn. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
Leads to second and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's second and goal back to the 8-yard line now.
Tyler, 64, weak. Snap.
Tannehill. And that is caught. Walker. Touchdown Titans. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, that QB's trapped.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Titan football.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 2nd and 12, Tannehill got a man. It's Brown. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
It's a party now. Get it.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. They find some open field here. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Tannehill. And Walker has it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Back to throw, Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
One, Omaha.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 25 on second down, Garoppolo. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
First down, San Francisco.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves.
Here we go, here we
but
go.
they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
And the 49er first down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
55 to mine.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Here we go.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts.